Friend Jack Finnegan, everybody!
I don't understand people who tie women up during sex. How's she supposed to hit me? It just doesn't check out. I don't know. Sex is always very weird for me to talk about on stage because I got erectile dysfunction for the first time when I was 16. Which is not how that's supposed to go. That's not when your pediatrician's like, look out for that. Keep an eye out for a soft cock, youngling. That's not a conversation at that age, you know? And it sucked because it was like the first depression meds I ever went on, and I had to figure out a way to like tell my mother about it. But it was easy because depression and erectile dysfunction are just the same thing. One is just with your dick. I was like, yeah, I just can't get up anymore, you know? I can never get excited. Two of the side effects were soreness and stiffness. She was like, are you sore or stiff? I was like, certainly not stiff. It sucked. I had my first like real girlfriend at the time too, it was high school. And I'd be like, yeah, sorry babe, it was just a long day at the high school. Science class was rough. I did some experiments and they did not work. I don't know. Devin was talking about who's the youngest person in here. It's me. It's me. I don't know. I tried to buy rolling papers the other day, and I'm 20, and they did not let me. They're like, you need a valid ID. It's like, it's paper, you know what I'm saying? So I went next door and I bought something I can buy, a long gun. I got those papers, you know? I don't know. That's crazy to me. Like, I can buy a gun, but not weed. It's like, I look like I'm either gonna buy one or the other, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, wouldn't you rather me smoke, like, a joint than, like, a person? To be fair, I think we should have, like, a 24-hour window. Anybody who buys a gun, you should have a 24-hour window to do whatever drugs you want. I believe this. Because, like, what, am I supposed to kill somebody sober? I've never killed anybody. I know I look the part. No, I've never killed anybody. I'm from the South. I've never shot a gun. You say that here, no one cares. You say it in the South, they're like, how about you try it for the first time with the barrel in your mouth? There's a contentious issue down there. They do not. They do not. They fuck with guns or they really don't fuck with guns. And then those people get shot. That's kind of how that goes. I don't know, it sucks. And like, I'm not a gun person. Like I said, I've never shot a gun. I don't like guns. But like, you gotta admit, that's a sick invention. You know? That's innovation. That's craftsmanship, you know? It's also like a terrifying idea to have. A guy was like, I want to put metal through you so fast you fucking die, yeah? And then he made it happen. It opened a lot of avenues though, you know? Video games are sick. Movies are better, you know? We probably wouldn't have all this land. It's true, you guys don't want to talk about the oppression that the Native Americans have faced. They would have won if they had guns. They had bow and arrows. We'll move on. Is that part of the show? Okay. You guys set it up real quick. Well, you guys want to talk about sex again? You guys are disgusting. I don't know. I have been thinking about sex recently because Bill Belichick blocked me on Instagram. The famous NFL coach. I DM'd him about his young girlfriend, telling him he was a creep. And he didn't like that. And then she blocked me too, which means she runs his Instagram. Just a little insider info there. But yeah, he blocked me on Instagram, and I was thinking about it. Like, it must be so weird to be like a young woman being flown out by Bill Belichick, like this old man, you know, like a beautiful young woman that he's always somehow seeing, you know, being flown out by him must be so weird because like that's the only time you'll be like flying first class, but also riding coach. Awesome. A lot set up. I've been watching a lot of sports recently though, and like I've watched some football recently, or not too recently, but you know I was watching an interview recently after a post-game interview, and it was a quarterback, and he said all glory to God, and I was like, all glory to God? What about some like glory to like the big boys up front? You know what I'm saying? God's not the one blocking you from like the 300-pound behemoth who wants to hit you so hard you kill your whole family. I don't know. Alright, I have been thinking about sports and sex. I think that's where my mind is recently. Because this next one's about sports too. Allen Iverson. Have we heard of Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, if you're not familiar, he was a basketball player, like the 2000s. He was like the epitome of cool. Everybody wanted to be Allen Iverson. Which I was thinking about recently, because you know how hard that is? to be like a black man named Alan and everyone wants to be you. That's crazy. Like, I had a black roommate named Alan. He went by Columbus. Like Christopher. You know how lame a name has to be for a black man in America to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy who started slavery on American soil. That's fucked up, dude. I don't know. That roommate, my first roommate situation here was weird. It like cost me a lot of money. And like I've been struggling with money recently. I had to pay a locksmith recently. I had to give a guy $165, a locksmith. It sucked. And like I told one of my coworkers about it. And he was like, well, you know, money comes and goes. And that pissed me off because I was like, my money has never came once. That'd be awesome. Just a bunch of like little more monies everywhere. That'd be sick, dude. And before you ask, my money does identify as male because it's suffering from a loneliness epidemic. My money's actually a lot like the male loneliness epidemic because it does not exist. I don't know. I was watching a documentary recently, and it was about a girl who was like closer to my age. It was a murder documentary, and she had committed the crimes. And it was very weird to watch. It was very hard to watch. It was distracting because like the whole time they're like, Mackenzie had been accused of 2 murders, and she was just like in the background doing vape tricks. I was like, fuck, dude, go back. How did she do that one? What, did she have like a fucking box mod? I don't know. It's very distracting. To be fair, I get distracted easily. Like, my girlfriend, she's here, somewhere. Don't try to find her. But she watches these, like, scary, like, YouTube videos to go to bed, and, like, they always, like, describe the characters beforehand. They'd be like, Janet was, like, a 34-year-old dentist with 2 kids. And, you know, there was these, like, you know, they were going through one of the times, and they were like, they described one guy, he's like, Derek was a 34-year-old ordinary Mormon geologist. No, the fuck he wasn't. An ordinary Mormon geologist? That does not exist, dude. For something to be ordinary, there has to be a standard. He is the only one. He is both the worst and the best. He is the most of extremes, you know? Like, imagine if I introduced you guys to, like, a friend, any of you. And I was like, yeah, this is my boy Greg. He's pretty ordinary. Can you guys guess 2 things about him? Y'all would not get to Mormon geologists within the hour. Within the year, I don't think. I don't know. I was talking about being from the South. It's weird. It was like a different education. And it was, because like, they don't tell you shit. It's bad. I had to figure it out on my own. It sucked. And like, it's weird growing up in the South. Oh, fuck. What was I going to say about the South? We're going to pivot, guys, because I don't remember anything about the South. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I was like surrounded by conservative people, and I really like a lot of conservative people. I don't understand like conservative talking points. You know, like something Charlie Kirk always used to say. You know, he'd say like, you know, you never trust like a black pilot. I always found that really weird because like he's a religious type of guy. You know, maybe there's turbulence on his plane. He might say something like, "Jesus, take the wheel." I'm just gonna trust another black pilot? It just seems weird. I don't know. Like another thing conservative people are mad. They're mad about like trans people in prisons. That doesn't make sense to me. Cause like if you're conservative, like isn't that like where you want them? Like they're taking like trans people's licenses away from them in Kansas. That's the thing that's happening, and that doesn't make sense to me either. Cause it's like, what are you just like concerned about like constant lane switching? All right, you guys have been great. Thanks. I've been Jack Finnegan.